feel like sometimes I just get guided by the flesh and I let it take over my mind, my body, and I don't know, my consciousness, my mind seem like turning off, and I get guided by the flesh, by my desires, by my passions. And that is not what Jesus wants in our lives. Paul explicitly writes that those who belong to Jesus have crucified the flesh with its passions and desires. And sometimes we just have to ask ourselves, do we really do that on a daily basis? We belong to Jesus, so do we actually crucify our flesh with its desires and its passions? And sometimes when I am guided by the flesh and its desires and its passions, you totally see the effects, the negative consequences and effects on you. First of all, you feel off. You feel like you can't, you feel like you've, sorry guys, you feel like you've lost control of yourself, and you become like a machine that, it almost feels like you become an animal. You lose your reasoning, you lose your capability and ability to resist things. You just get guided and go with the flow. I feel like that when I get guided by the flesh. But yeah, life with Jesus means letting the Spirit take control of your life. Life with Jesus means crucifying your flesh. That means don't let your flesh dictate your actions. And because you are saved, because you belong to Jesus Christ, you have the Holy Spirit with you. The Holy Spirit grants you the opportunity to crucify your flesh and be guided by the Spirit. With the Spirit, you are able to take control and submit your desires, your fleshly desires, and submit them to the Spirit. And so, yes, I feel like whenever I get controlled, whenever I get guided by the flesh and not by the Spirit, I need to remind myself, and we need to remind ourselves, that Jesus, life with Jesus, a relationship with Jesus, and a life guided by passions and desires are totally not compatible. They are opposite. And we must pray, breathe, and let Jesus take control of our lives. We need to remind ourselves that we belong to Jesus. We are His, and He is ours. And so, let's remind ourselves who or what is in control of our lives. And if it's your constant desire to commit that sin, is it your passions, your lustful desires, or is it Jesus? Is He in control of your life?